Good evening, guys, and welcome to the LT show. So, here I have a few guests with me, but before we introduce them, today's podcast is gonna be about it's gonna be about our nation, which is India, of course, and well, we are gonna talk about the Kashmir land dispute issues and which led to some wars between India and Pakistan and many more. We have our friends. Last time you remember, I guess there was Black Jaguar. We won't take the real names, but yeah, there was Black Jaguar, then Madhava, then me, Late Cosine, and well, uh, King, Tarun, King. Don't worry, yeah. And also, we have a chief guest. Ma'am, can I take your name or should I?
Yeah, you may take.
Okay, so we have Alka ma'am with us. She is our teacher. Yeah, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome to their broadcast group. And yeah, I appreciate my kids taking this initiative to make us aware about our country, especially Jammu and Kashmir. What topic you took, I appreciate. And my name is Alka Yadav, teaching in very reputed, highly reputed school. And these are my kids. So yeah, thank you so much for inviting me.
No problem, ma'am. What about the other guests? You guys can introduce yourselves too. Let's begin with Surya.
Hey guys, it's me, Black Jaguar or Jaggu,
Okay.
whatever, yeah, short for.
Surya, you can begin.
Yeah, hi guys, I am King. I'm from 7B. If you get me, you get me.
I am Madhava.
Okay, as I told you guys, in this episode, we are going to be talking about the Jammu and Kashmir land dispute issues. It's going to be a fun episode, and okay, let me keep it as a secret. I'll tell you guys later in the podcast. Let's begin. So, Madhava, can you explain the history of Kashmir and what I'm talking about?
Okay. So Kashmir is a mountainous region present like in North India. It borders countries like Pakistan and China, which currently are India's enemies. And as a whole, Kashmir is like a wonderful place, and recently, Indian government has taken initiative to develop the region after Article 370 was removed. Um, so the uh, Kashmir as the land has had its own culture and like still survives today. But the fact is, today after like many years of invasion and oppression by various different kingdoms, Kashmir today is something which is different than Kashmir, which has existed about like 800 or 900 years ago. Well, the reason is that, briefly simplifying the history of Kashmir, um, Kashmir was basically a Tantric Samrajyam or a country which is run by Shaivas. Shaivas are like Sampradayas of Hinduism. So Kashmir was its own independent kingdom, and then after the Islamic invasions, Kashmir, and about 80 or 90% of the Kashmiri population was Muslim, and then the British colonizers colonized Kashmir. Briefly simplifying, this the British colonization of Kashmir took some 20 to 30 years, as Kashmir is a very mountainous region, and because of its terrain, it's hard to navigate through those valleys. Eventually, the like whole of the Indian subcontinent was under the British rule, and in 1947, when India and Pakistan in, attained their independence, So at that time, Kashmir became a big issue because for political reasons, the British had appointed a Hindu Maharaja on Kashmiri soil, which was at that time and still is a Muslim majority area, which resulted into conflicts between India, Pakistan, and eventually China with China in 1962.
Thanks for giving the context, Madhava. Well, so, ma'am, could you give can you explain the history? Like Kushagra explained, can you continue and then can you tell about the current state of Kashmir? Um, how is it divided? Which part of Kashmir is being trying to be captured and etc. etc. Whatever it is.
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, now the condition of history is much improved. But let's talk about history first, then afterwards we'll talk about the current situation of Jammu and Kashmir. The partition of India came in 1947, we all know that, but at the same time, uh, this the king of Jammu and Kashmir, the name of king is Hari Singh. He was the last Dogra king who gave Jammu and Kashmir its special status. Was an autocrat too, and he was the one who used to say that I don't want to be the part of India, and also at the same time I'll not be the part of Pakistan also, and I'll make my own independent country. And there the dispute started, and there was a war also, where Hari Singh, that means, see, Pakistani, some terrorists, they attacked, and Hari Singh asked the help from our Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. He gave help also. There was some military, and they helped them. But at the end, when they won the war, Hari Singh was not in the mood of coming and being the part of India. So there the dispute started, and people of Pakistan, they used to say, no, this is ours, India's past part. And now there is one POK, that is Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and China, COK, that is China occupied Kashmir, where no people, generally very less people are living, that very less number of people are living there. And there are so many military, uh, they are employed there because of the disputes, because of the wars. Anytime terrorists, they are coming and attacking to the normal citizen of our country. And there was a list of wars. If we can say, then the list of wars are Indo-Pakistani War of 1947, Indo-Pakistani War of 1965, Indo-Pakistani War of 1971, Indo-Pakistani War of 1999. And should I tell the whole detail of war? No, Kushal,
Okay, ma'am.
should I tell you that? Okay. Okay, so Indo-Pakistani War of 1947, the war also called the First Kashmir War, started in October 1947 after the independence, when Pakistan feared that the Maharaja of princely state of Kashmir and Jammu would take over the charge would uh, he will asset to India. Jammu and Kashmir, the largest of the princely states, had a majority Muslim population and significant fraction of Indian population, and all ruled by Hindu Maharaja, that is Hari Singh. Tribal Islamic forces with support from the army of Pakistan attacked and occupied parts of princely state, the Maharaja, forcing Maharaja to sign the instrument of uh, accessions. of the princely state to the dominant of India to receive Indian military aid, the UN Security Council passed Resolution 47 on 22nd April 1948. The front the fronts solidified gradually along what came to be known as the line of control. That is now that part is under the POK. India gained control of about two-thirds of state Kashmir Valley, Jammu and Ladakh, whereas Pakistan gained roughly a third of Kashmir, that is Azad Kashmir and Baltistan. The Pakistan controlled areas are collectively referred as Pakistan administered Kashmir, that is POK. And that was the part is now still it is under Kashmir's, sorry, still it is under Pakistan's, and it's very sad. Still, we are struggling for that. But now the condition of Jammu and Kashmir is much improved because of this Article 370. Now it is being removed, and because of that, now people of Kashmir they are enjoying their life. They are now they can say that they are the part of India. So thanks to BJP government because of them only we got this opportunity to remove 370 article, and now people of India can go and take buy their plots if they want, or from people of Jammu and Kashmir, they can come India, they can do what they want to. So everything is free now, and especially now attacks are very less, very less. People are not attacking. There is no conflicts, more conflicts. People are living freely. We can say that yes, now the people of people of Jammu and Kashmir, they are living their lives freely. So that's the very good part. We can say that's the very good news for us as an Indian. Still, there are so many things to go, like POK and COK. We want back. So yeah, war is not yet ended. We need more, and wish us luck. We all wish our country. Thank you from my side. Over to you, Kushal.
Yeah, okay. So I'll be talking about the 1999 war, so Indo-Pakistan War of 1999. During the early 1999, many Pakistan troops they infiltrated across the line of control, as we
Well,
heard it already
yeah,
about the
thank you,
line of
ma'am, for
control,
explaining.
etc. Yeah, and they mostly occupied the Indian regions of Kargil district. But then India responded to it by launching a major military and diplomatic offensive drive out against Pakistani infiltrators. Like this thing lasted for 2 months, like 2 months, and like many like the Pakistani soldiers had infiltrated into India, but then the Indian soldiers fought hard or bravely. Yeah, this was this was a large scale escalation in military conflict. This was an international thing by the United States, etc. All of the countries were very concerned about this. Like most the northern light infantry suffered like heavy casualties, but then the government of Pakistan, as we know, like it is mostly ruled by the army, etc. Like they didn't even like accept the dead bodies of their soldiers. But then yeah, as because most they don't even have a government, like it's mostly run by the army. So like, but then the prime minister of Pakistan was Nawaz Sharif during then. So he said that this conflict by the end of 1999 should have been hostiles in Kargil district. This war was a major military defeat for Pakistan. Yeah, that's how much I'll explain. Thank you. Yeah.
As ma'am said, the war isn't over yet. Well, of course, it is not over. The wars I listed just now are all like the major wars which happened. There were many conflicts too, which we probably do not know about because government secrets, of course. Well, yeah, okay. Anybody else wants to explain something? I hope Surya wants to
Like
explain one of the wars. Yeah,
Sure. I mean, over the years, it has definitely not been easy for Kashmir um, because they have been attacked by Pakistan multiple times. I don't really want to go towards the side of war. Let's go to the positive side of Kashmir. So, despite all of this,
sure,
Kashmir
sure.
still happens to be one of India's most beautiful locations. Thankfully, nowadays there's not much in like Pakistani invasions or attacks. The decrease in violence in the state has basically boosted its income or economy, and it receives its main economy like Switzerland. Kashmir receives its economy from mainly from tourism. It's famous for its scenic beauty, apples, flower gardens, farms, many more. It attracts tourists for their unique handicrafts and world famous Kashmiri shawls. And of course, the Kashmiri willows are used to make Kashmir willow bags. It's very famous in India. Due to all of this, it's due to its serene beauty. It has many nicknames like Heaven on Earth, Switzerland of India, and it basically has a lot. It's also Kashmir's capital, Srinagar. It's called City of Lakes. It has the longest freshwater lake, Vular Lake, in India. Yeah, that's all. I mean, I just want to say it has definitely developed, you can say,
Hmm.
though it has got probably attacked.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure, like 5 6 times probably, but it has still, evolved and come out way better. That's what I want to say. And it's
Hmm.
definitely a beautiful tourist destination. And yeah,
Yeah.
the it due to the hailing and snow, it's
Yeah.
definitely a beautiful destination.
Well, thanks for talking about the positive side. Well, all right. I guess anybody wants to say anything else, or ma'am, do you want to?
Yeah, I would like to say something. As he said, as Tarun said that yeah, the beauty of he was talking about the beauty of Jammu and Kashmir. No doubt, we all have to accept that Jammu and Kashmir is filled with all beauty, Switzerland of India and all. And yeah, so war side effects of war, we all know what are the side effects of war. It destroys family. It's not just one side. It destroys from both the sides, whether the winning party or the party who is losing. Both the sides they are losing something, and that cost their life. And that's the very sad part. Knowing people know this that yeah, if we are doing this war, it will harm them also, but still they are into that because of anger issues and other things. So yeah, that's the great we can say the great thing we should think about this, that war is not the solution. We can do other things, other our problems can be solved by other ways also. And yes, after the removal of Article 370, our GDP of Jammu and Kashmir increased like nothing. And I witnessed these things. I was there for 3 years in Jammu and Kashmir. So I can say there is a big beauty. It's
Hmm.
beautiful, wonderful, fantastic. Nature beauty is something like you all should visit there, especially Vaishno Devi. and other places,
Hmm.
you will realize Kashmir ki kali and all. You will realize how our country, how our India is beautiful. People, they go to other country for some fun and all, but they forget that heaven is in their own country. First, they should visit that. This is my message I would like to convey. That's it from my side.
Thank you, ma'am, for speaking well. It was, ma'am was right actually. People go to foreign countries like Singapore, Dubai, etc. to travel, but they do not explore their own country first. The country itself is, our country itself is beautiful. The thing is, the people need to understand it and realize. Well, Madhava wants to speak something. You can go ahead.
Okay, so like I'll just give a brief overview of whatever has happened in Kashmir. Okay, so yeah, so according to the Puranas or the genealogy of Indian kings during the ancient times, so uh, Wa- according to like what has happened is that there are different meanings for the word Kashmir. So the most popular one is that Kashmir means a desiccated land or an extremely dry land. Um, and the other theory being uh, Kashmir, the land being named after uh, the sage Kashyapa, like the Kashyapapura, like corrupted into Kashmir. So now Kashmir went through various power shifts, which we can still see, and it is like as of now the peace has been maintained. Sources for Kashmir's early history can be credited to Nilamata Purana, compiled somewhere around 500 to 600 CE, which contains the accounts of Kashmir's early history. However, it is a Puranic source, so like it is heavily argued and it suffers from a degree of inconsistency and unreliability. So, as of now, modern historians refer to Rajatarangini or the River of Kings, written by Kalhana, to be the most credible source of learning history of Kashmir. Now, these 8,000 verses in Rajatarangini, compiled around 1150 CE, talks about Kashmir's dynasty from earlier times to the 12th century. It but it still relies upon traditional sources like Lilamata Purana. Now, for this reason, the author of Rajatarangini, or also known as Kalhana, is often credited as India's first historian. Now, the Kashyapapura theory has been verified as well, because we see that Hesiodius, or the Stephanus of Byzantium, referred to as Caspapiros, and Castapetros of Herodotus. Herodotus is a Greek historian. People sometimes refer to him as the father of history. Kashmir also been believed to be the country meant by Ptolemy's Casperia. Kashmir is an archaic spelling of Kashmir. So basically, the Britishers uh, corrupted many Sanskrit spellings and made it suitable for the English tongue so that it can be pronounced pretty easily. So the early history of Kashmir starts around are like is dated to be around 3000 BCE. Most of these settlement sites are mostly situated around Burzahom, which had two Neolithic and one megalithic phases. Burzahom is marked by mud plastered pit dwellings, coarse pottery, and stone tools. Now, We can also see hunting, fishing, along with farming around megalithic phases. During the later Vedic period, as kingdoms of the Vedic tribes expanded, the Uttara Kurus settled in Kashmir. In 326 BC, Porus asked Abisaris, the king of Kashmir, to aid him against Alexander the Great in the Battle of Hydaspes or the Battle of Jhelum. Okay, so like this was
Uh,
for the early history of Kashmir, and
hmm.
now we'll progress to the medieval history of Kashmir.
All right. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
Now,
continue.
like
like a succession of Hindu dynasties who ruled the region from around 7th to the 14th centuries. So basically, after the 7th century, significant development took place in Kashmir, particularly in culture and philosophy. In the centuries that followed, Kashmir produced many poets, philosophers, along with artists who contributed to Sanskrit literature and the Hindu philosophy. Among the notable scholars of this period was Vasugupta, who wrote the Shiva Sutras, which laid the foundation for a monistic Shaiva system called Kashmiri Saivism, also known as Trika Shaivism. Now, this many historians say that this philosophical doctrine is also the heart of of mm, Advaita, basically a Sanskrit term for non-dualism, which is related to with the Vedanta school of philosophy. So basically, Kashmir, uh, around from like 7th to 14th centuries, had become a hotspot for philosophical debates, artistic challenges, and like debates, challenges, and all were very common. All these um, changes were taking place like it was taking place very fast, very quickly, in a very fast pace. So because of this reason, the culture of Kashmir was affected, and it transformed into a much more complex system. And this in turn, it is not only connected to Kashmir's intellectual development can be also be connected to the developments that were caused in philosophy as well as culture across the length and breadth of the whole Indian subcontinent. Now, in the 8th century, the Karkota Empire established themselves as the ruler of Kashmir. Kashmir grew as an imperial power under the Karkotas. Chandrapida of this dynasty was recognized by an imperial order of the Chinese emperor as the king of Kashmir. His successor Lalitaditya Muktapida led a successful military campaign against the Tibetans. He then defeated Yashovarman of Kanyakubja and subsequently conquered eastern kingdoms of Magadha, Kamarupa, Gauda, and Kalinga. This like signifies the power of Kashmir, a small mountainous kingdom stretched as far as Assam and Tibet during 855 to 856 C. Soon, Kashmir's influence over other kingdoms declined and the dynasty ended. The Utpala dynasty founded by Avantivarman followed the Karkotas. His successor, Shankaravarman, led a successful military campaign against Gurjaras in Punjab. Political instability in
Hmm.
the 10th century made the royal bodyguards, or the Tantrins, very powerful in Kashmir. Under the Tantrins, civil administration collapsed and chaos reigned in Kashmir until they were defeated by
Don't worry. Yeah.
Chakravarman.
And also,
So during the 11th century, Muhammad of Ghazni, this 11th century, we see the first time when Islam entered Kashmir's history. Now, in 11th century, Muhammad of Ghazni made two attempts to conquer Kashmir. However, both his
damn.
campaigns failed because he could not take the siege, the fortress at Lokot. Now, Historian Mohibul Hassan states that the oppressive taxation, corruption, and intestine wars and fights, and rise of feudal lords or the Damanras during the unpopular rise of the Lohara dynasty, which lasted from 1003 to 1320 CE, paved the way for foreign invasions in Kashmir. Soon, the first Islamic dynasty in Kashmir was established, or the Shahamir dynasty. In the 14th century, Islam gradually became the dominant religion in Kashmir. With the fall of Kashmir, a premier center of Sanskrit literary creativity, and uh, the philosophy of Kashmir also disappeared. Islamic preacher Sheikh Nuruddin Nurani, who is traditionally referred by Hindus as Nand Rishi, combined elements of Kashmir Shaivism with Sufi mysticism in his discourses. Now, the Mughal general Mirza
Hmm.
Muhammad Haidar Duglat, a member of ruling family in Kashgar, invaded Kashmir in circa 1540 CE on behalf of Emperor Humayun. Persecution of Shias, Shafi'is, and Sufis and instigation by Suri kings led to a revolt which overthrew Duglat's rule in Kashmir. Mughals now reigned from 1580s to 1750s. After the collapse of the Mughal Empire, the Durrani Empire came and eventually was replaced by the Sikh Empire, which was then replaced by the British Empire. Kashmir was then given, I mean, the land of Kashmir was still debated to whether it will join the Hindu majority India or the Islamic majority Pakistan, because India and Pakistan's partition was done on a simple basis of religion. Now, both the people lived across the borders, and the problem, uh, and it caused serious problems in the partition. The king of Kashmir, not wanting to give the I mean being a part of India or Pakistan, as explained by Alka ma'am, then which eventually resulted in future conflicts.
All right, that was a good explanation, though. Thanks for
So
explaining
yeah,
because it
can I
was a.
talk about insurgency in Jammu?
Yeah, sure. 1 second. Well, thanks
Okay.
for explaining it, Madhava. Well, you explained a vast topic quickly. Well, thanks a lot. Now, Black Jaguar, aka Wolfie Boy, wants to speak something. Then I will end it up with a little thing. Yeah, surprise, I guess, for my viewers. Well, yeah, you can start.
Can I add up something at the end?
Ah, sure, sure, sure.
Okay, so Jammu and Kashmir, long it was a long breeding ground for
Your
separatists
voice,
and Shias. Huh?
your voice.
What happened? Yeah, it's
Um,
good.
no, it's not. It's not, bro. Like, yeah,
Wait, is it good now?
yeah. Okay, better.
Yeah. Okay. Then now, the region is divided among three countries: China, Pakistan, and India. So the insurgency movement in India was like very special, like mostly like a lot of things. Pakistan, with whom like India has fought three major wars was over. So yeah, like there were like in there were a lot of things that were like that participated in this war, like in this thing, like Indian armed forces, then Indian army, central armed forces, then Jammu and Kashmir police. But then from the other side, all parties, Harriet Conference, Jamaati, Ismaili Kashmir, and Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front, People's Anti-Fascist Front, Lashkari Taliban, Taliban, Lashkar, then Jaish-e Muhammad, then United Jihad Council, then like Harawal Al Badr, then a lot of them, Pakistan, Al Qaeda, etc. Like where like they're in this war. Like mostly many terrorist insurgencies wanted like it to be free or with Pakistan. Like most of them wanted to be free, and but then some of them even wanted to be with Pakistan. Yeah, like Sheikh Abdullah's death, his son Farooq Abdullah took as the chief minister of Jammu and Kashmir. Farooq Abdullah eventually fell out of with fell out in favor with the central government and the Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, who had government toppled with the help of his brother-in-law G.M. Shah. G.M. Shah was the chief minister during the 1986 Anantanang riots. Yeah. Oh yeah, I wanted to say something about something. Like during a time, a lot of Muslim people.
Your audio is gone.
Hello, you hear me?
Yes,
Good.
yes.
Okay,
There's a
yeah.
lot of
Like
static noise. Well, it's okay. Yeah, you can continue.
yeah, I wanted to say something like like during a certain time, the Kashmiri Pandits or the original people of Kashmir were kicked out of their own lands by the Muslim people, who were mostly paid by the Pakistani ISI, the the thing, or mostly like the other things. So then these things afterwards now it's still there. It's still a unrest. It's still it's it's not that good. Like it's better now, but then it's still there are a lot of killings in Kashmir still. During last month there were 5 soldiers killed. Yeah, and yeah, I would want to end this.
All right. Thanks for informing us with that information. Well, Surya wanted to
Yeah,
speak something.
yeah, sure. See, like living in Kashmir has its own advantages and disadvantages. Like now, it's landslides are very often vehicles crash. These landslides, they can cause like clearing up a landslide will probably take a day. So that means the vehicles on the opposite sides would have to wait for probably an entire day or so. However, the good part is you can always get to see good sceneries and eat fresh vegetables that basically keeps you healthy and stuff. So, yeah. And there's a quote about Kashmir that uh, there is no heaven on earth, but there are bits of it, and Kashmir is one part of the bit. So, despite all the attacks, despite all of the events that happens, it is still one of the most beautiful destination in India. It's famous for multiple things, like I mentioned and others mentioned, and yeah, it's definitely our nation's pride. Thank you.
Well, thanks for speaking. The quote was beautiful too. Well, do you know who told the quote though? Like, you know?
No, but I've definitely heard it. Yeah,
Oh, well, it was a beautiful quote. Well,
I think there's a quote about it in Hindi as well, like अगर इस दुनिया में जन्नत है तो वह यही है यही है यही है. That basically translate to English, if there's heaven on earth, that's here, that's here, that's here. Thank you.
thanks. Thanks a lot. Well, before we end this podcast, I just want to tell this was an educational podcast only. If we got any information inaccurate or which might have offended anybody, please, I'm again mentioning it's an educational podcast. It's just for people to understand the conflict and the current state of Kashmir and Jammu. Please cooperate and yeah, I think that's it. Well, I kept this podcast small because it's supposed to be educational and like students or anybody who's trying to understand the life in Jammu and Kashmir could check this podcast out and then you know understand the history of Jammu and
Kushal,
Kashmir. Yes, ma'am.
Before ending, may I ask one question to you and to audience also?
Yes, ma'am.
If you give me the permission. Yeah. So we learn the whole history, medieval history, ancient history, and the current situation of Jammu and Kashmir. And we know that there are so many conflicts going on, disputes going on related to Kashmir, and they all want the land, that only one land, and especially India. It's the India's part only, but still, why? May I know why they all are behind Jammu and Kashmir only? Why not any other state, any other place?
Ma'am, may I say?
Yeah, please.
Probably one reason is because it's pretty close to them to invade, and definitely, even if I was a Pakistan or any neighboring country, anyone would want to, capture Kashmir. It's beautiful. It's famous. It basically has many, things, and it's also close to them, more convenient. So probably, yeah, that may be one of the reasons.
Yeah, well said. Anyone else?
Black Jaguar wants to
Like, can
speak.
I say?
Yeah, sure, please.
Yes, ma'am. Mom, like it's a very strategical position for attacking China and Pakistan for India.
Very good reason. Very nice. Anyone? Madhva?
Yes, ma'am. Like
Yeah.
along with strategic position, Kashmir also has like natural resources, like borax and sapphire, and because of the Himalayan forest and the mountain ranges, it is good for tourism as well. And other there are many minerals produced in Jammu Kashmir such as coal, graphite, limestone and magnesite, and all of these can contribute significantly to a country's economy as well as protect it from other invaders. Um, the reason why Jammu Kashmir is wanted by China as well, because if Kashmir is under the influence of China, India won't be able to interfere much in Tibet. Now, because Tibet is uh, again a disputed territory within China, and so China would definitely like to secure it. So, as Kashmir borders Tibet, China has to uh, like protect its integrity, and for that, China thinks that India could be an aggressor to the happenings in Tibet.
Wow, great. You all have given the correct answer, no doubt. Yeah, it's increasing our GDP economy. Then lots of minerals we can get it from there. In terms of fruits, then vegetables, so many things are there, minerals and all. Plus, the most important thing we should not forget, that is the mountains, um, Himalayas, Himalayan range, and the beauty of Kashmir, heaven, and these all are the reasons why Pakistan and China, they all are behind Kashmir and they don't want to live Kashmir. And for India, India is already having this. India knows how to value this, and that's why India took so much of initiative to remove 370 article. After removing so much of improvement we can see in our country, and in Jammu and Kashmir also, people are very happy, living peacefully there. And yeah, no doubt it's the turban of our country. Thank you from my side. You may continue, Kushal. Over to you.
And one more
Um,
thing.
yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah, tell me. Tell me.
The thing is, its beauty is so famous over India that if it does not really snow for even a week, that becomes breaking news. That's how,
True,
popular
true.
its beauty
Must
is. Yeah.
agree. Yeah, yeah. There are lots of things to know about our Jammu and Kashmir. There are so many things, because why not China and Pakistan? They are not behind Punjab, Haryana.
Rajasthan or Uttar Pradesh? Why only Jammu and Kashmir? And already they have taken part. So these all are the reasons we should accept. And there are lots of more things to know about Jammu and Kashmir. I would like to know you from you all. If you get time in future, please collect more information about in this Jammu and Kashmir heritage. Come up with this. We'll discuss on this.
Well,
Over to
yeah,
you,
sure,
Kushal.
ma'am. Well, guys, this is
What
a
was the
vast topic,
surprise?
okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is a vast topic. Well, we are
Yeah,
definitely,
it's never ending topic. Like if we go into the depthness of this, we will get so many things, so much of information that we are not even knowing this.
yes, ma'am. Well, uh,
Yeah.
like the topic is so vast, it's probably like endless, but we are definitely gonna make a part two of this, and it's gonna be a bonus episode. So this season is gonna have only 5 episodes of like 1 hour or something, because in 2 months we have something important to do, like we all, so we really can't upload content. There are gonna be clips uploaded, don't worry. Well, season 2 is also gonna come soon. Episode 3 of the season is gonna be filmed by the next Saturday. Well, yeah, once more, I would like to say this was an educational podcast, and if we got any information inaccurate or anything which might have offended you, please do not take it seriously. And yeah, now one more thing. You guys might be wondering, why did I not speak much? This is not like this is again supposed to be an educational podcast slash video. So I just let the people who know the most speak. Well, yeah, I guess that's it. Meet you in the episode 3. Episode 3 is gonna be creepypasta. All right, peace.
Can you can you please
What?
elaborate about the surprise you were talking about?
Um, which one? Which one? Which one?
Surprise you were talking about.
Oh wait, yeah. Oh no. Okay, 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 okay. So the bonus. Okay, no, I revealed it. It's gonna be a bonus episode of part 2 where Alka Ma'am is also gonna be there. So yeah, that's the surprise. All right. I guess that's it. We'll just get over with this podcast. I guess I need to edit this. Bye, guys. Peace. Subscribe.